I was like 70 years younger than most people.
It sounds
I was
amazing.
like 21 at the time.
It sounds amazing.
My name is Lois Deutsch, and I'm proud to serve as Executive Director of the Self-Help Community Services Foundation, which is the fundraising arm of Self-Help Community Services. And I've been here for 17 years, which I really can't believe. Having worked at a few other nonprofits, I've always felt there was something extraordinarily unique about the people who work at Self-Help. There's a spirit of caring and of helping, and I remember when I first started working here, people approached me and met with me to help bring me up to speed, and I just love that about our culture. My department is a small department, but everyone is very hardworking, and I could never do what I do without them. Fiscal 2024 is a very ambitious year for our team. In addition to all of the things that we normally do throughout the year, like the annual report and an annual gala and a 5K, this year, actually it was in October, we had our very first golf outing, which was a great event. And we are also working on a campaign to help raise money for all of our strategic initiatives. And finally, we will be doing a founders dinner, which is a brand new initiative where we will be recognizing some of our wonderful donors who've been with us for many years. So there's a lot going on. We're also working on a history book about self-help. And I have to say that I've always been proud and felt proud to work here, but learning more about our history and the people who came before us just makes me even more proud to see how they came together to do something that was so important, and how today we continue that effort. I hope that everyone will have a chance to read this book, because it's our story, and it's a great story. I think some people would rather have a root canal than ask someone for money, and I get that. Of course, if you don't ask, you don't get sometimes. But I always tell myself that I'm not asking for myself, because frankly, I really could never ask anyone for something for me. But I know that I'm asking on behalf of our clients, and that makes me able to do what I do. One thing that people might not know about fundraising, and something that I continue to learn over these many years, is that raising money is so much more than just picking up the phone and asking someone for a donation. And we all get those pesky calls around dinner time, and just FYI, that's not what we do. Really, what we do is build relationships with people, with foundations, with families, with organizations. And it's like any other relationship. It's a process, and it takes time. And when people learn about what we do, and they develop a sense of trust that we will use their resources the way they would like us to do so, then the giving follows. And we've been very fortunate, and we built some very strong relationships over the years with individuals and foundations. I also want to say, many times we reach out to the people who work in our senior centers or the Holocaust survivor staff who are doing coffee houses, and we ask if we can bring a guest to come to an event. And I realize that sometimes that creates a little bit of difficulty in the planning of the event, but I just want to say that you have no idea how much this helps people really understand what we do, and then they become more connected to us. I could write a beautiful proposal, or I could explain to someone what we do, but there's really nothing like seeing it and being there and speaking to our clients and speaking to our staff. When people take the time to visit, the programs basically sell themselves. So I just want to share a recent experience I had. I had the opportunity to visit our most recent affordable housing residence in Freeport, Long Island. And I visited the apartments of 3 individual women, each of whom were overjoyed to have a place to live. What I could never have realized about them was that they were all formerly homeless, and they all have incredible hardships and stories that they went through before they came to our housing. And Self-Help provided them with everything they needed, from a bed to linens, towels, forks, knives, everything. And these women were so happy to have a 1-bedroom apartment. To them, it was a mansion, and they were so happy. And for me, it was a real transformational experience to meet them and to hear them, and it made me extremely proud to work here and to know what wonderful work everybody here does. I've always had an interest in the elderly from when I was a little girl. I'm not sure where that came from, but I wasn't turned off going into a nursing home. I used to play my guitar at nursing homes and sing. And one summer I spent as a music counselor in a senior citizen sleepaway camp. There's so much that we can learn from our clients and their wisdom and their life experience. And at Self-Help, I get to work on behalf of these vulnerable older adults and help advance a mission that really speaks to me.